Hello again, everyone. Welcome to part 35 of Football Tactics and Glory World. This is beta testing for a game which will be released by developer Creoteam no sooner than the second quarter of 2015. So we're almost at the end of the league, of the season I mean. We have one national team game to go, and then we're going to close off the season. So it'll only be one match in this, and then we'll open the new season and just prepare for the new season, but we won't do a lot within the new season. So we have our match, home match against English Nobles. As you can see, the flags of the default countries are still there, but that's not our concern. So they have a goalkeeper who has got, now they all have one level of interception. That's not going to be, so it's going to be hard to get the ball past them actually, because even with level 3 like Zoran, it will be knocked down to level 2 because every single player has one level interception, so that makes it a wee bit more difficult. Okay, so they have a goalkeeper. It looks like they have strong goalkeeper. So the best players to deal with that is obviously Valinid, because he's got he has got Rainbow Feint, so we can just long pass through hopefully and get Rainbow Feint. Now this formation is very vulnerable to the layoff cannon combo, except for the goalkeeper does seem to have level 2 cannon, or I mean strong goalkeeper, so that reduces that possibility somewhat. Now let's look at our goalkeepers. I mean not our defense, sorry. So they don't have anyone at all with Rainbow Feint here, at least not in their, and they don't even have any forwards in their subs. So we don't need to worry about Rainbow Feint. So we could change black if we really wanted to. Although we don't really have any other sweeper, so we're doing there. Now one thing I didn't do is I didn't go and research their squad, and I could have done to decide who I was going to put in. That is something that possibly, if you're taking this really seriously, and especially if it's a really important game that you have to win, then maybe that is something to consider doing. But you know, each manager plays this game in their own way, so we don't necessarily need players like him. Bruno's a good option though, because I like having long pass in the back. I think I'll leave that as they don't have any long pass here. I quite like having Robahim because he's oops. Sisnak's got slide tackle, which is not bad. I'm not sure if I should put somebody else. I don't like, one thing about long pass on a CD, I don't like to put long pass into this second line here, because unless you're playing an AM, you usually don't have anyone to pass through, and I don't intend to use an AM in this particular match. Okay, so I didn't actually. One thing I didn't look for, which I should have done, is look for a DM. So I'm going to put Gossler in here as DM. They've got somebody out in the flank here with slide tackle. I definitely want to play somebody in the middle, and I probably would prefer to play somebody with Algarin, who's got layoff. That's a bit more useful for me. Although all these players are relatively useful to some extent. So I'm not going to play 3 forwards, I'm going to play 2. I think the best one is obviously take Vera off, although there is part of me that wants to keep him on, so I could try for the layoff cannon combo if it occurs. I'm not decided on that yet actually, so we'll put somebody on this right flank. I think we'll put Deeganlaw with his slide tackle. That's quite good there. Septimo, I don't think we'll need to substitute our goalkeeper, so he'll be coming out. You're only in there to help us win win the cup. And you're not even going to get on the subs bench. So, yeah, that's just the way the world works sometimes, isn't it? It can be very unfair. There we go. So I don't think we want to have Tamu. We don't need him. So we definitely want Empire, because again he's got Rainbow Feint, and we definitely, I wouldn't mind having Mercader in, and Rabernack, he's got level 1. See, I could always put Bruna in midfield if I really need a long pass for midfield again, to if he gets tired, if Zoram gets tired. So I'm inclined to take him off and put somebody else on, maybe another forward. And I would like to have, we've already got a left forward and a right forward. Levantani, what he is a wee bit vulnerable to. I'll put Levantani in here. And then I think instead of Enigmas, no, instead of Hillbar actually, we'll put another midfielder on. And who are we going to put? Are we likely to use? We're not really likely to use him. And he's not that great in EM either. He's got seems to have low accuracy and low passing. But got good control though. So I think we'll put Rabernack on. And that's us picked our first team and squad. And again, as we say, we have got the kickoff. Which does raise the question whether this is the right way to start the game actually. So I've changed my mind. I'm going to start the game by putting my right forward on, because we'll go and break in, and then he can run in, and then we'll have 2 choices, and you never know, you might even get a penalty. So let's see how that goes. I'm not going to motivate this game because it isn't a critical game. If we lose it, we still got 3 matches to try and secure qualification. So let's get going. I think the strips are fine. We're playing in our home strip. They're playing in their away strip. No, in their home strip as well, and that's fine. That's how it works quite well. So Mercader rushes into the box, and he rides 1 tackle, gets round 1 guy, gets round a second, and now he's on goal. We may as well try position shot, and he scores, and we're 1-0 up. Jade Oracle are 1-0 up in the beginning of the game. That's a good start. And Gosar intercepts, and then gets fouled, and indeed, what a dirty tackle that was. Obviously English nobles are a very, very dirty team. But anyway. Oh, and now, because we do not even have another DF or anything, so we can't... Well, there is things we can do actually. I'll put Rabernack on this side, and I'll actually put him in the centre. He's not brilliant DF, but the good thing about having this player here is he's got slide tackle, and he can move about this area and slide tackle people very quickly because he can move to squares. So that's an option. There we go. And they didn't move my LM over, so now we can attempt to go for our long pass rainbow combo. As I say, he's got level 11, he's got a pretty good chance of getting this through, and he does. So Valinid got on goal, and he scores as well. We're 2-0 up. So this is going very well. Bowmaker, they have finally get into our part of the field, but and then they're just not going well for them at all, is it? So again, to Zoram, Valinid, and this time he fails. So that's always the risk. So their interception ability does the job. Now they've got a chance to try and score here. He has actually got long pass, and he gets it through. Will he score? So he's obviously not got level 3 strong goalkeeper. So they're going for the header here. So he's the best header. So Colosso will come out. We'll put him in here like that, and let's put Valinid into the box. So if we do get a chance for a counter attack, we can maybe get a chance to score. There we go. Unfortunately, nobody's got passing skills here. Deacon Lore could come down though. He could either. Who's got good control here? He's got excellent control, Algorithm. And he's slight. Oh, he has got slide, but he's quite far away. These guys are all far away. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a lofted pass to Zoram. Okay, doesn't even need. I keep forgetting we're in the last turn, so it doesn't matter what we really do here. I could never get the ball in the box, so we'll just do a lofted pass. Even though it's not benefiting me, they're not my players, but anyway, it's kind of habit, isn't it? So there you go, 2-0 up at the end of the first half, so that's great. I'm tempted to keep it on, keep everything as it is, because that's working quite well. The only thing I'll do is I'll block Cornwall with Algarin, and let's carry on. They've changed formation by the look of it. Nothing happening there, so that's fine. Just carry on. See what they can do. Bellingham. Again, they're having trouble with their attacks here. Now I've got a choice. I could either just pass to him, try for the ball into the box, or I can go for a cannon shot. I think I'll go for the cannon shot this time, just to give that a go. Only level 1, so he has got level 2 strong goalkeeper. Let's try it. We get a corner. It's fine. I think under normal circumstances I would have gone for the long pass, but because we're winning 2-0, I'm looking pretty comfortable. I thought I'd try something different. He's got great control, 133. He's got 95. So I think what I'm going to try and do here is just put. He's got 96 passing. He's got 62. He's got 92. He's probably the best one to take the kick. And what shall we do here? I think we'll put Valinid in the centre, and we'll put Mercader at the back post. And I'm going to try and loft to Mercader and see if he can hold his position, then Mercader might get a cannon shot. We'll see if it works. So yes, Valinid holds his position, and so does Mercader. So we've got a chance of getting. Does he get it? Oh, I've never seen that before. Wow, it actually went right on the goalkeeper, and he almost scored. Well, it was weird. Anyway, interesting. I've never seen that before. But anyway, that was a new experience for me. So we'll try the same thing again. Valinid go in centre, Mercader on the back post. Okay. Mercader holds his ground again, as does Mercader. I mean Valinid holds his ground. What happens here? Yes, time he gets it. Now we got a cannon shot right in on goal. Oh well. What are the other options? To be honest, there's not a lot of difference between power shot and cannon shot in this case. So go for the cannon shot. And another corner. But I think we're going to have to try something different because he's getting a bit tired, to be honest. And it's not. Maybe I should do it the other way around. So we'll bring him again. He's taking a lot of corners. We'll do it the other way around. We'll put him in the middle and him on the back post, because he's got a good chance of holding his ground. So we go. I don't want to cross actually. I want to loft pass to him. He holds his ground. That's good. Can he hold his ground? No, he doesn't. That's a bit of a shame. So he's got defense of control of 41. He's got defense of 103. May as well try and tackle him, and he's motivated. He can't be slide tackled in the box, and we get a penalty. Although he gets injured, but that's so fine because it probably was time to take him off anyway. So, and it's not my player, so it doesn't matter. But he'll be fine by the end of the season, by the start of the new season, 22 days. Let's just put Vera on. We can play him out there, and we may as well put Levantani on there. Deegan Lord's getting a bit tired, so we'll actually bring him up like that, and we'll have a 4-man midfield. So we're playing a 4-4-2 formation in very, very general terms. But we got goalkeeper now, and it's going to be Vera. The man who's just come on is going to take the kick. Let's go for the top corner. Oh, and he saves it. My God, imagine going for a top corner like that and he saves it. Well, that's the way it goes. But they're still having great trouble getting the ball out towards the forward line. So he's got 36 control. He's got 59 defence. It's actually pretty good. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to move him forward. I'm going to try and tackle him. Doesn't succeed. It's a bit of a shame. And Levantani can just go one forward into the box, so we can long past him and he can try a shot if he gets there. This match is almost over though. Bellingham tries to put in Bowmaker. He manages to maintain the ball. Now he's actually got a chance to shoot because Black was away over to the side, and he scores. It's 2-1. So we've got to be careful here. So yes, we have to be very careful. So we're going to pass to Vera. Now, I'm going to see what I could try and shoot. He's got a decent chance of scoring actually. And none of these guys have long passing skills, so the chances of... Now the other option is to secure the win. I could go into the corner here and I would almost certainly, but actually I'm not worried about them scoring, and I'm even less worried now because we're now 3-1 up. Algorithm's looking a bit tired. We've only got one substitution we can do though, so it's a bit, and I don't even think there's anyone I can bring on. Oh, we'll just leave it. Vera gets his goal for him. So 3-1 up. Brennan, and again, they just cannot. They just are not able to. They are just not able to get the ball forward. They've had really bad luck. They have scored though, but I mean, they've wisely put the head play guy here because he hasn't got head play, so he's likely to win this contest, which he does. But Frank, well, we actually still have a chance of getting a shot and goal. I can't go that way because it's only one, but if he goes through, he'll try. He does. He gets so. Levantani's actually got a chance to have a pop shot or goal in at the very last minute, and he doesn't succeed. But that's fine. 3-0, 3-1, good result. And we're basically qualified. If we haven't mathematically qualified, then we're so close to it, it'd be almost impossible for us not to. Look at that, 640 managerial points. That's a good haul. and that's the league table. Now we are 15, so we are now 11 points clear of English levels, when they've only got 3 matches, so they cannot catch us. Warded men, they're 4 points. We are 11 points clear, but they have 4 matches remaining, so they can just about catch us. If they win every game and we lose every game, more or less, they would be able to knock us off top spot. But then again, Scottish Clans would still have to catch up 6 points on us as well. They'd have to do quite well too. And these guys still have to play each other, so one of them would drop points, at least against the other. So the chances of us not qualifying are pretty low. I would have to really try not to qualify. Even if I tried, you know, both these guys have to really win all their games apart from the one against each other, and for me to go out. So that seems unlikely. I doubt they're going to have that sort of record, considering like this guy's only won 1 match so far. So it doesn't look good for him to win all 4. So we're more or less qualified there. Everyone else, we're doing well. Tiernan-Knock are doing well. They're doing quite well as well. We're actually doing, I would say, better, just slightly. Although they're doing. Oh no, we are doing better. Yeah. So that's that. So that's that match done. Let's see what you have advanced to next round of well, that's just basically we're going to play the next game in the group stage. That's not really advancing, but yeah, it just should really say you will play the next game in the Galaxia group championship, in the group stage of the Galaxia Championship, something like that, because that suggests you've got through a round and through a knockout round, and you actually haven't. But anyway, it's quite clear what it means. And then we get our glory for Albertine for coming back, 50 for he played the entire match. He's obviously a very regular player there. So that's it. So we've finished the season. Now I'm just going to wind on to the next bit just to get to the end of season button, and then we'll make some decisions. So that Farda's learned a layoff pass. So when you get these, you should try and activate them as soon as possible, because training will start from the time you activate it. So if you leave it, he's going to miss out on some time. And you know, especially it's only 1 year, and you know, a month or so of that's going to be the summer. So it'll be down to 11 months. So it's worthwhile remembering to do that. I sometimes forget, but not this time. So that's the results. What I like to do at the end of the season is just go and browse some of the tables. So there's the Premier League. Urna, Sur, Galad, and Ancient Arcali get relegated. In the first league, Tagar, Yara, and Circle of Swords come up. I'm just seeing how they're doing. And thirdly, and then Amateur, Chambers of Knowledge goes up with Secret Village and 10 Glens. And then we look at domestic cups. Jade Cup, of course, we won. Prestige Cup, Plaza wins. And then if you go into the sector tournaments, so Club World Cup, Wakanda Panthers won that. Empire, we know our own ones really. And if we can actually go and look at the sector tournaments off the other divisions. So if we go into, let's see, sector tournaments. If you go into the other divisions, there we go. We can move by going into the divisions. We can actually see how others have done. So I'm not going to. You can see the Champions League. Stark Enterprise says beat LexCorp, Super Cup. The second tier Super Cups. Smithereens won. That's a company from the TV series Black Mirror. And Born's Technology beats Sidwell Investments. Universities, University of Tehran won the Challenger Cup, Super Cup, Tech University Munich beat all German affair in the final there, and that was a South Korean team actually. In their Champions League, University of Barcelona beat another German team, Ludwig Maximilian. So German universities got quite far, but didn't manage to win anything. And it's the University of Barcelona who take all the honours. And then in the Marshall sector, 501st Legion, obviously inspired by Star Wars, beat XCOM. Citadel CSEC from Mass Effect beat Sons of Samedi, they're from Saints Row. And then we have Challenger Cup, I mean, Pathfinders, that's from Mass Effect, I think. No, they're actually from, I think, something else. They're from paramilitaries, I think. And then they've beat the Pimps from Saints Row, so that's good. And this is why I like this game. This is one of why it's probably my equal favorite game, if not my favorite game, is because it's not only the gameplay I like, but it builds a story, both for individual players and also for teams. It creates a kind of history and a whole story going forward, and I find that very compelling, very interesting. And you can, some people, including myself, can just spend ages once you've gone a few seasons just looking at the stats. And talking about stats, I think that's worth looking at as well. So let's look at more statistics. And I say we've already said we've got most boringly effective team. Actually, the stats I wanted to look at was the club stats. So we go here and we want to look at statistics. And I wanted to look at general stats. So you can see how you scored on matches played. And then trends, wins, losses, and draws. And see, now this is one I like, is seasons, because it shows you how you've scored, and you can see in this league, the biggest was position shot. Most of my goals were scored from position shot. Then these three were quite equal, followed by cannon shot, then by rainbow feint, which we use quite a lot, and then we also had a few penalty kicks actually. And then the ones we didn't score from are very much from our power shot and crossing. And in fact, the crossing ones, I think some of these were actually from corners, so they weren't actually just crosses. And the reason is because I didn't really have that many opportunities to cross, either because the goalkeeper had playing out or strong control. It just didn't seem like a good option. I also don't have a good head play guy in attack for the most part, so I didn't really use this very option. And in other seasons, in other cases, this is one of my highest scoring methods, is crossing. So it's unusual. In the old days, I used to use power shot much more than position shot, but they changed the rules, so position shot has got a better chance of scoring. So I tend to use position shot a lot more. And then you can see the goals conceded. That doesn't really matter, but you can see that like cannon shot, there isn't even, I didn't even, well, I can't, my guy had level 3 strong goalkeeper. You can't lose a cannon shot against that. So that's the case, and he was always in the goal. And power shot, and a few precision shots, maybe power shot, precision shot, and one penalty kick. So that's all quite interesting to look at sometimes. Just to note, we played the maximum number of games you could play. So if you take the league, all the cup games for the cup games for the cup competitions and the national teams game, I calculate that we played 61 matches, and we actually played them. We didn't simulate one. So that's quite a long season actually when you think about it, and that's what you have to dig in for, and you need, well, some of them were national team matches as well, so it's 50, it's like 56 or something for just the league team, for just your club team, and that's quite a lot. And so you really do need to have a deep squad to do that. And I think we did very well to win the treble with a club with a squad that isn't very established. It's missing some key skills, in my opinion, and we still managed to win the treble, and we'll be even stronger next season. So we'll see how it goes. So let's get to the results. There we go. Best everywhere. Just going through some of the stats, which you can. I'm not going to browse through these, but you can if you wish. Clephane. So if we're looking at the team of the round, Premier League, Clephane actually gets in the team of the round, interestingly, for the Premier League. Nobody else does. And that's because he got 1 goal, 10 assists, and 4 tackles. Doesn't sound that great, actually, but he got in, so good for him. And then we got domestic cups, and we got loads in the Jade Cup. The goalkeeper, Treyas, got quite a few tackles. Farda was in there. And remember, he was used quite a lot at the beginning of the season. And Lord got a couple of goals. Nafando. Interesting. I mean, that doesn't sound that. These stats don't sound that much, but anyway, in the end, well, that's because it's cup, though. Of course, there's a lot fewer matches. And then the sector tournaments, Champions League, we get Clephane again, so he's doing well. He's in the team of the round, and Lord as well. So Clephane with 4 assists, and Lord, he got 7 goals, which is actually quite a lot for that. And so they did. That's quite good. And then we get a total of 832 glory for our various awards. It did move the players around a lot, so I don't think did anyone get one? Actually, Medionano, the Champions League, he got rank 1. And Treyas got rank 1 for the Jade Cup, and actually Astio got rank 1 for the Jade Cup as well for man of the match. So they must have been joint. Anyway, most of the others then 832 glory, not too bad, brings it up to 2400. So that's us done for there. So now the last thing to do before we go into the new season, we have to decide if we're going to do anything. If you look at the coach, management's very happy, 185%. Out of 150, so all that means it just rolls on to the next season. Now, if you've got certain abilities here, like you could, if you were struggling to get mood, you could ask management to improve the mood. That can be helpful if you're just below 100%, or sometimes if you're in your last year of the season and you want to if you want to boost it above the 150 to get the extra bonus for reputation, it can be useful for that as well, but we don't need it in this particular case because we're well above the 150. We've done everything and more that's asked for us. So that's fine. But what we are going to do is we're going to ask for money. So to 95% success rate, this is because I've got maximum skills. 316 glory, but I've got over 2,400, so that's fine. 95% chance of getting 20 million for next season. Let's see if it works. So you have convinced us the club really needs. We decided to allocate the full amount of money, but we aren't happy. You always get this snarky message at the end as well that they're always unhappy that you can't deal with the resources you have, but I'm going to be using that 20 million to do various things. So that's good. That's that done. I don't need to worry about after next season. I almost certainly will change club just to have something different, and basically I've won the treble. So unless I can win the quadruple next year, I've basically done as much as you can really do, and I will be ticking this so that you see lower leagues, but I'll worry about that next season because I have to play at least one season regardless what else I do. So we go back. Now the other thing I want to look at is the club and upgrades. Now, if I was playing this club long term, I would be tempted to upgrade some of these things, but really I'm not going to be with this club for more than a year, so I'm not going to bother. However, I am going to do youth work, and I think this time I'm going to pick. Now, there's a couple of positions I would like, but usually they're very specific. Like I would like a forward, I like a CF, but I would like one with level 3 head play. There's no guarantee I'm going to get that. Most of the positions are kind of got. I would like some sort of player with in midfield with long pass, but again, there's no guarantee I can get that by picking any of these. I could pick that, but there's no guarantee you're going to get what I want. So I think the best thing to do is to go for the rivalry and to be able to pick between 3 footballers. So I'll pick that. So I'll get a choice of 3 footballers at the beginning of the next season from the academy, and I'll pick the one that suits me most. That's good. And the glory will be useful if I go into the transfer market, especially the international one, because they tend to. Sometimes I couldn't buy a player because it was like 500 glory. This time I'll be able to do it, and I've now got 60 million in the bank. So, I managed to win the treble with a makeshift team to some extent, although it was a developing team, I think is a better way to say it. And this time it is now better developed team, and now I'll be able to strengthen it even further. So we should be stronger, but of course you can't guarantee you're going to win cup matches, even especially finals. Doesn't matter who, because any team you play is going to be relatively strong, and if you're unlucky, you could lose, or it could go to penalties, and you can definitely be unlucky in penalties. So that's that. So let's move on to the next season and see how long this takes, actually, because sometimes this is taking a wee bit of time, but actually because I'm not picking a new team or anything, it might go quicker. So no, I have absolutely no intention of staying. So normally, if I was going to stay in the long term, I would consider one of these top rank in Premier. I think that's completely doable. We were quite convincing. Our team will be stronger. I think we've got a good chance of winning the Premier again. So if I was going to stay, I would definitely consider that. And even reach the semi-finals of Champions League, J Cup, I would even consider that, because I think there's a good chance we would do that. We won them all before. We'll have a stronger team, so there's a good chance we could do it. But I'm not going to be playing any more than one season, so I'm going to just go for the goals and victory. Just get some cash coming through as we go through the season. Let's see how long this takes. This bit can actually take a wee bit of a long time. Probably because it's generating the new season. So next season, we're in the second of our 2-year contract. The basic objective is to win 2 trophies. Now, if things are consistent, I should be able to win the league, because we have, as I say, a stronger team, and so that is good. So here we go, choice. So we've got a few. So now we're getting offers for players. So Barjar, he's actually a youth player. I'm not in the mood to think about such things at the moment, so I'm just going to request more. But if they come back with a better offer, I might well take it. It also depends on what players I want to buy as well, because if I see a really good player and selling him might get me that player, then I might consider that. So that's just some message. We've got lots of teams in the sector competition, so I've got to play one of these. Okay, so who are we going to go for? None of them look brilliant, do they? He's got reasonable defense. Alcalde's got good attack, but he's a green player. That's not that useful. I'm unlikely to be able to play him. So, see, a defender like him, these two I can play to some extent. I don't really feel I'm very weak in midfielders. I've got loads of midfielders, and cannon shot's not the best one for midfield. So, and if I did, I would make him a MF and then, or possibly an LF or an RM or a LM, but not sure that's best. Reaction is quite a good skill for any defender, so I think my inclination is to go for him. The other good thing about these guys is that you can always stick them out as an LD or an RD and just let them play there, and sometimes they'll just get experience just by sitting there and they won't do very much. So that is an option. So I'll take this defender with that Suglayam. That's a unpronounceable name from the book. Let's see what happens here. It's not looking good. Is the game going to crash? No. Oh well. See, I didn't realize what happened. I selected it, then it did nothing, and all I needed to do was press the back button. So so that caused confusion. I thought the game had frozen. But anyway, maybe that's maybe a little message would help to clarify. People might get confused by that, but I was a bit confused there. But anyway, everything worked out. So we've got a new player. That's good. So the only thing, I think I'm going to stop above 40 minutes, and anything I do with transfers, I'll do in the next video. So that's us finished. The only thing I'll have a look at is if you go into, say, the profile and the career, you can see all his trophies now. Doesn't that look good? And even where is it? Yeah, Pius, yeah. Level 2, there you go. And, fairly mediocre player, two gifted this, and he's already won a treble, so he's probably the luckiest player in the whole world at the moment, being able to get in that. He did contribute, though. I mean, I can't lie. He did get a few long passes, and he also failed quite a lot, to be quite honest. But he got a few, so he did contribute to the success, so fair enough. But he's probably very lucky. You wouldn't expect somebody with two giftedness to be getting in one of the top teams and winning a treble, eh? So he's the gods are with this one, that's for sure, no doubt about it. And the other thing I'd want to mention quickly is that Vig. Did we get a message about that? Assistant coach. Not sure. Not sure. Yeah, well, yes. So he returned. I didn't read this message, but he returned from Temple of Aros. His current levels, he was previous level 42, and his current level is 46. He's gone up 4 levels. That's pretty good. Specialization, he went up, as we know, from the green player to semi-professional, and he played 12 matches, so that was quite a good call for him. But the only thing for poor Wegelmard is everybody else now has got their trophy medals, and he hasn't got anything. So a poor guy, and he is actually quite a good player. So there you go. You could argue he's unlucky, but he is actually not a bad player, and he will be relatively used. So I'm now glad I didn't pick that cannon shot guy from midfield, because that's exactly the same as he's got. So that would have been a bit of a waste. While he's actually got a bit of use maybe as a replacement. Wing back. But anyway, that's the end of that. So thank you for watching, and we'll continue in the new season in the next video. Bye.